All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome today to our YouTube channel. Here with me is Mundia Catherine. I'm welcoming you, each and every one of you. And today is a special day, it's a nice day, it's an afternoon, and we are coming to you live from Umoja. And today we want to talk about a specific topic about SACCOs. Besides me is our one and only Catherine Mundia. And welcome, Catherine. For those who don't know you, tell us briefly who you are and what you do.
Okay. I'm Mundia Catherine on my YouTube channel, and those are my names. Otherwise, professionally, I'm a procurement professional, but I have a lot of passion for finance and SACCOs. So mainly that is who I am. And currently doing business and also doing content creation.
All right, so before we even dive in, maybe just to ask you, why did you choose to dive into finance?
Because life is all about money. What you need in life is, if you have money, I think you're sorted. And if you know how to multiply money, I think you're good.
So do you also believe in money is not everything, but it is the only thing? Or do you believe in money is everything?
I think money, without money, it's like there's no life.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so to our viewers, today is a special day. We want to major just on the topic SACCOs. All the questions that you have been meaning to know about SACCOs, the savings in SACCOs, loans in SACCOs, just all the questions. But of course, as you see, we have the coach, we have the specialist in those questions that you might be asking. I've tried to bring all the questions, sum them down, and here with me, so we will be going through one by one, and just to get what is her idea about the same. So the first thing is that we want to have an understanding about SACCOs. So my first question would be, what exactly is a SACCO, and how does it work?
Okay, if I could say what a SACCO is, a SACCO is a group of people who come together with the idea of saving and borrowing. Okay. That is mainly what a SACCO. It's an organization, but usually it's a non-profit. Okay. It is, the main goal is not profit making, but to empower people by pooling resources together and enabling them to borrow, and they can build themselves through savings and borrowing.
Well, I believe that is so clear. And how would you tell that, how is a SACCO different from maybe banks and microfinance institutions?
And what I've said before is that SACCO is not profit motivated. Mainly the purpose of a SACCO is to pull people together, people maybe with a common goal, or people who have same ideas. They come together and they pool their resources. Then they're able to borrow from the resources that they've pulled together. Okay. On the other hand, banks are profit making. They use people's money to trade, and so you are charged a lot of interest, let's say when you borrow, yeah, because they are profit motivated.
All right. Now, especially for an ordinary Kenyan, what would you say, or what would you recommend? What does a SACCO, or what do SACCOs really matter to an ordinary Kenyan?
SACCOs, to me, they really matter because we have SACCOs even for farmers. We have SACCOs for people who are employed. It is, I would say, an economic engine, even in the economy of this country. We see SACCOs doing a lot, especially Kenya. They're enabling people own property. People can also buy assets. People can educate their children through SACCOs. So to me, SACCO is all you need.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, especially in the digital era, and the world is fast moving. We're in a digital era where we have got mobile loans, mobile banking, we have got digital lenders, we have got investment apps, we know things to do with the stocks. How is SACCO still, okay, joining SACCO, is it still relevant in the year 2025?
Oh yes. Even the SACCOs have not been left behind. SACCOs also have apps where you can save, where you can borrow. So the SACCOs are equally on the same path with the other financial institutions. So they're not left behind.
Oh.
Yes.
So, okay. Then, we have got, I believe we have got different types of SACCOs. We have got the teacher SACCO, we have got the border SACCOs, you have got the investment SACCOs. So, will you tell us the difference, the different SACCOs that you have in Kenya?
Okay. We have, let me start with this. The SACCOs we have in this country, that is according to the SACCOs regulatory, SASRA or SACCOs and regulatory authority. We have two different types of SACCOs, where we have the deposit taking and we have the non-deposit taking.
Okay.
All these SACCOs, they are based on the capital level. For SACCO to be deposit taking, they have to have a capital base of 1.5 billion. And when we say it's deposit taking, they operate like banks, yeah? So they offer all the services offered by a bank. Then there are others which have lower capital base. They're called non-withdrawable deposit taking SACCOs. These are SACCOs which operate just the back office. These are the ones who operate the front office, or it's called the POSA.
Okay.
Where you can run an account even if you're not a member of a SACCO. You can be able to run those transactions like the ones offered in a bank. But for the non-withdrawable deposit taking SACCOs, they have BOSA or back office services. So you just save your money and borrow, but there is no that the services offered like the ones for a bank. That's mainly the difference.
So as we just summarized the first section of this set about understanding SACCOs. So how would you, maybe to a regular Kenyan and ordinary Kenyan outside there, how does one get qualified to join a SACCO? And what are the basic requirements?
For you to qualify to join a SACCO, all you need is, I would say, the initial maybe money. Maybe it can even be as low as even 2,000 for joining a SACCO. So you only need to approach. When you go to the SACCO Society Regulatory Authority, you can see a list of the SACCOs. They are listed. So from there you can know that these are registered SACCO, and you can join any SACCO as long as it's registered with SASRA.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to our viewers outside there, you are a young man. You have just come to the first section of our questions today. Tunachambua kuhusu SACCO. And before we continue, before we proceed, consider clicking on that subscription button, like this video, now forget to share. Ili uchanue msee mwingine. Now, Catherine, we are in the second part of SACCOs, which is now about savings and loans, because you are trying just to get the total, like everything that pertains to SACCOs.
Yes.
What are some of these things that tunafaa kujua about SACCOs? Now, we are in the next steps. Savings and loans. How safe, first of all, somebody will ask, naingia SACCO, how safe is my money when I save in a SACCO? When I get to a bank, I know very well that in KCB, my money is so safe. Equity, my money is safe. How about the SACCOs? Because you see that even these SACCOs mainly zimeanzishwa na wase. Si mtu anaweza fikiria maybe huyu mtu ataipana pesa zangu as staff. How safe is my money?
Of course, as I've said previously, these SACCOs, it has to be registered with SASRA.
Okay.
This is the regulatory body for SACCOs, and if a SACCO is not registered with the SASRA, definitely you should not enter that SACCO. So there are things the SASRA has looked at for them to qualify a SACCO to be registered.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there an ideal amount one should be saving monthly with a SACCO?
Saving, you can save as much as you can afford, but the minimum mostly in SACCOs is is 1,000 shillings per month.
Okay.
Yes.
Then, so how do SACCO loans work, and what makes the difference between SACCO loans and now maybe like loans from the banks? How do they work, and what brings the difference? Yes.
Okay. If you want to borrow a loan from a bank, from SACCO, first of all, you have to be a member for at least 6 months for you to qualify for a loan. And SACCOs, usually they lend you 3 or 4 times, depending on how strong the SACCO is. So they multiply your deposits times 3 or times 4. But this money has to be secured.
Okay.
And usually SACCO money is secured by guarantors. So you look for guarantors to sign for you. Whatever, let's say you have savings of 100,000 and you want a loan of 300,000 Kenya shillings. So you only have 100,000. So you need 300,000. So the 200,000 has to be guaranteed by other members. So that is the difference. Or this money you can also secure it using a security or collateral. Yeah, that is mainly the difference.
So basically, I think that one answers my next question, which was about why do SACCOs usually require guarantors? So it's to make their money safe, basically.
Yeah, to secure. A SACCO doesn't lose money because they'll go for the guarantors' money in case of default.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are some of the common mistakes that people do or people make when they are taking SACCO loans, maybe?
Number one, what I would say is the mistake they do is going for a loan when you don't have maybe a goal or whatever, you don't know what you're going to do with this money. Maybe you consume this money, yet the SACCO you have to repay your installments every month.
So like for example, just an interruption. Niseme nyumba imefungwa and so lazima nilipe rent. Na niko na savings kwa SACCO, I cannot withdraw it. The only thing I can do is to maybe take a loan. Could that be a goal or that is a mistake? Where do you categorize that?
To me, that would be a mistake because where will you get money the next month? Or how will you manage to pay that money the next installment? Because you are consuming that money. It's not generating you any income.
To our viewers, what do you think? Nyumba yako imefungwa na uko na pesa kwa SACCO. The only thing the SACCO is telling you, maybe you go take a loan. So is that a mistake or it is maybe a good thing to do? Lakini utalipa hiyo pesa aje kama nyumba ndio inafungwa. Anyway, moving on swiftly. What are some can you build wealth or even start a business by using SACCOs wisely?
Anytime. We have people who have grown through SACCOs.
Okay.
In fact, if I can remember, in 2019, the highest saver in SACCOs had 300 million.
Oh.
So, a SACCO will give you capital. A SACCO will buy you an asset that you need in a business. A SACCO will boost. If you lack capital, you can go for money to boost your business. So a SACCO can really help you do business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, as you can see, this is another reason for you to stay subscribed to this YouTube channel. We are moving on swiftly to the third section about some of the strategic insights that you could get to share with us and even some of the cautions. So what should be one looking for before joining a SACCO?
You can look at maybe how long a SACCO has been in operation. You can go to their website, you can see the kind of dividends they declare or the interests. At least you can know the stability of a SACCO through many ways. Yeah, that's I would say that.
Just a few minutes ago, you talked about SACCOs being registered with SASRA.
Yes.
So, but we've still seen that there are some SACCOs that have been in scandals, and now a SACCO could have been registered with the SACCOs but still in scandal. How could someone know if a SACCO is legit or safe for them?
You see, we also have SACCOs usually are audited, so there must have been some lacks in even the management or the people who have the responsibility of supervising SACCOs, because you can tell from the previous audited books. I think you can tell the trend that the SACCO is in. Yeah.
So we know that in each and every other thing there are always red flags. So like for example now in SACCOs that you are mainly talking about, what are some of the red flags that you could tell to our viewers that they should always watch out for when dealing with SACCOs?
For example, if a SACCO, it's just an individual starting a SACCO, and as a personal kind of business, I think that is one red flag,
okay.
because at least it should have different people coming together, you know, pulling resources together, but not just any personal, a single person, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to somebody who is part of several SACCOs, what advice is that? Okay. What advice could you give to them? It's being that they are in several SACCOs. Is it a wise decision or is it something that is risky to them?
To me, if you can afford, why not? It's just a vehicle for saving. If you can afford, you can join as many SACCOs as you wish. Yeah.
So how do you advise someone who is in a SACCO but doesn't understand their financial statements or what is really going on? Kuna mse ako kwa SACCO, ana save tu hapo, but they have maybe mtu umeambia mse amejoin SACCO, yes they have joined because you uliwa convince wa join, but then they don't understand even their financial statements or what is really going on. What is the advice that you can give to them?
The first advice I can give is SACCOs, every SACCO must conduct education, or they have an education day. At least it is good to attend those forums. The other thing is, information is out here, so you can get whatever information you have. You can also look for mentors, maybe people who are in finance. They can guide you on the kind of information you need.
So Wadai, it is coming out clearly from her. You are in a SACCO, but you don't know how these things are running. You don't know things to do with your financial statements or what is really going on, or even how these SACCOs are running. Consider always attending those educational days and get to learn. Also, she's a coach, she's a financial. Now that you know that she knows almost every other thing about SACCOs, you can consider reaching out to her. She will drop her number. But moving on swiftly, I want us to maybe a little bit talk about SACCOs and the future. Yeah. I want you to show us how SACCOs is going to fit into today's economic reality. Okay? So, can SACCOs help young people build creditworthiness or access to big financial opportunities?
To me, they are the best. If there is an institution I can recommend to anybody, for example, if you are young, it is good you start building your wealth through SACCOs, because, for example, the SACCOs we've called the deposit-taking SACCOs. They are very wealthy, and today or currently they are even giving mortgages. So, if a SACCO can give you mortgage, and the goodness with saving in a SACCO, at least when you borrow, you can pay that loan even for 9 years, and the interest is on reducing balance.
Okay.
So this is a benefit that is not found in, for example, banks.
Okay.
So you'll be able to pay very low interest, that is only 1% per month, reducing, or 12% annually. So this to me is very good. We also have SACCOs that acquire land for members. They subdivide and sell the land to members. So they're also giving you a loan to buy this land. So what else really can assist you grow other than a SACCO? You can even go back to school if you want to advance your career. Yeah, you can take a degree program. You can educate your children. Whatever it takes, whatever you want to do, you can do it through a SACCO. You can buy a car, you can buy a vehicle for business. To me, you can do anything.
I think that is very profound. Mikey, check out there. You've just talked about there are some SACCOs that even consider purchasing or buying lands, which is always an appreciating thing, an appreciating asset. Hakuna siku nunua shamba, maybe let's say for 500,000, then in the next 2-3 years it will the same 500. That is an error. Now maybe you just talk like you really prefer SACCOs, and now we have got things to do with money markets, we have got things to do with real estate, or even buying stocks. So could somebody start investing maybe in SACCOs, or they should consider these other platforms to do with money markets or real estate and stocks? What is your take on that?
My take would be, when it comes to investments, you should diversify. It is good that you have some money. For example, if you want to put some money in a money market, you can put it there for short term. For example, you can put emergency, or you can have an emergency fund. That is money that you would need, or you can recall within 24 hours. So that kind of money you can put it in
Money market fund.
In the money market fund.
Okay.
Real estate, the SACCO can be a vehicle to help you acquire the real estate or the stocks. You can use the SACCO to acquire all those. But it is good you diversify, have money in SACCOs, have money in money market, have money in stocks or whatever real estate. At least the money invested, for example, in real estate or the stocks, you should not be in a hurry to get the returns. But with time, investments grow and they'll give you cash flow. Yeah, with time.
Okay.
Yes.
So maybe with just a yes or a no answer, can SACCOs play a role in helping Kenyans own homes, lands, or assets?
Yes.
All right. So how can SACCOs evolve? We are in the digital era, as we are right now. As we are talking, things are moving on very fast.
Yes.
So how can SACCOs evolve in this area of fintech and mobile innovation? Do you think that they should digitalize or digitize more?
I think they have, and they are. They just have to embrace changes in technology.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it is not negotiable. Yeah.
So as we're just coming to an end of this, what's your financial message to someone who has never considered joining a SACCO, but it is hearing you today? They're there from home, watching you and hearing you. What is your financial advice or message to them?
My financial advice to somebody who has never joined a SACCO, it is never too late, but the next best time is now. You can join a SACCO, you can save as little as 1,000, but with time you'll see the money grows, because at the end of, for example, every year, a SACCO pays dividends on the share capital, and also it pays interest on your deposit. It will help you, it will educate you, you can network through SACCOs. To me, the SACCO can help you achieve anything that you want in life.
All right, so there's this person watching home.
Yes.
After this point, they're like, now, what am I going to do now? Can you just give 3 practical action points someone watching can take immediately after this video?
You can have some money. That is number one. Of course, you have to start with some money, little money, let's say 2,000 or 3,000. You can, joining a SACCO is open. It is called open membership. So you can visit any SACCO. you can register. All you need is a PIN, maybe whatever, there's a form, an application form, a passport for those, maybe the ones which are don't offer, they have any services of taking photos, and a copy of ID. That is all you need to join a SACCO.
All right. So maybe the final, okay, where can people find you or connect with you for more personalized financial coaching and even business advice?
Okay. If you need any information on finances or personal finance or any information on SACCOs, you can get me on my social media handles on my Instagram at Mundia_Kate, or you can get me on Mundia Catherine on my email. You can also get me on my number 011 5507734.
All right.
Otherwise, thank you.
So maybe as we wrap up, what are the last statements that you could tell to our viewers?
See you in the next episode.
Asanteni sana wadau. Was Catherine Mundia, and I'm your host for today, Ogwedi Chris. Consider liking, subscribing, and sharing. Peace out.